All right, I think I am live. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Just moving some things out of the way, everybody. Hi. All right. Yes, my iPad tells me I'm live. Oh, darn. I forgot to turn off notifications for other things. Oh well, hopefully nobody calls. I don't get a whole lot of calls on my cell phone, but it's usually at times you don't want them when they roll in. Okay. I'll just give it a moment, see who can join. Guys, we're in the home stretch for Christmas. Can you believe it? This time next week? Yeah. So this is actually going to be the last, I'm looking at my calendar, the last live of the year for 2025. How can it already be time for a new year? How's everyone feeling about that? All ready for the new year? Okay. So you can see I've got in front of me the, I kind of showed you guys the 49 in Market, this new kit. But I thought we could, before I do a quick little card demo, hello Lori, I thought I'd show you kind of a little up close, more of the bits and pieces, kind of take some things out of the package. I actually get to put this guy together so that you can have a good look at what it looks like. I did happen to start watching the video for this, and it is a great video, lots of great instruction, and yeah, a really interesting, some neat tips of how Janine is putting this together. Hi, Lori. And Janine is the, I think she's the owner of 49 in Market, and she designs most of these, I think all of these album kits actually. And she's quite good at using up the product and yeah, kind of putting things together. So I thought we would take a quick look at this, and then what I wanted to share with you was kind of a few things that have kind of been lying around on my table here that I thought, you know, now that we're just about at Christmas, which means, you know, maybe you need a last minute stocking stuffer for your crafty friends, or you've got to throw together, whip up a quick Christmas card. Hi Janice, before for somebody that you forgot about, so thought I'd do a quick little card demo to just show you some products that work really well for something like that. And yeah, then just a few little goodies I've had lying around my table here that you might want to think about picking up on Boxing Day. I don't know if we're having a sale yet, so I'm not saying there is one, but there's a good chance there will be one. So some of these things you might like. Hello, Joanne. So let's start off with this 49 in Market album. And so the first thing I want to show you, so again, it's $76.99, and this kit gives you the entire kit along with it's a QR code that you scan to access the video. And then in the comments, in the description of the video, there is also the link for the instructions to download. So this is an interesting album. It's a bit of a different album from what we've seen from them. I guess it's a little bit like, hi Sandy. I can't remember, it was that 12 by 12 album. I don't remember what it was called. I think that one might have been a little bit similar-ish to this. So it's got a magnetic closure here, and it's going to open up. You're going to open it up like this, and then we've got another flip out. So it's like a 1, 2, 3 triple flip. And then we've got this section that, how does this work here? Oh, hang on, I think I have it wrong. Oh, that slides off, duh. Okay, that's what they did. So let me just show you here. So it'll slide into this little box here. Kind of hold it all together, keep its shape. It's gonna fold out like this, and then your kit also gives you the Create an Album inserts. So it's an assortment of inserts, and what that comes with, I'm just grabbing this here. I kind of started putting it together. You're going to get these, there we go. You're going to get 4 horizontal or landscape flaps. Okay. And they give you all the instructions of how you're going to adhere them. And I kind of really like how she's done it here. You're going to need your double-sided tape. If you've got Sukwan tape to put these together, that's the best thing. You can use liquid glue, but you want something that's going to hold really well, especially if this is an album that you're going to be, you know, showing off and putting lots of photos in. Then you're also getting this triple flip insert, okay? So that comes with that as well. And then where's the rest of this? There we go. So you've got an insert that folds out in horizontal or landscape. Then you're also getting an insert that opens out kind of portrait and then with some landscape flaps as well. Okay. So how is this all going to go together? You will find out in the instructions and the video. I don't want to really give anything away on that, but honestly, I didn't get that far when I was watching the video. So you can see you've got lots of places here, and as well, you've also got four 6x8 flaps in landscape and vertical as well, or portrait. And with these types of things too, if you're, you know, super creative and want to take the time, you can actually figure out how to add in some other flips and flaps and pockets and all that sort of thing. In the album class, Janine will be showing you how to, you know, kind of add some more pockets and all those sorts of things. Okay. So that is the, I didn't show you there. You also have the 4x6 landscape flaps. So that's what that album looks like, and the inserts. Okay. And then of course you're getting the, I should take this out. I don't want to ruin anything, and kind of put this back in the way I couldn't figure out how it worked, so that it's all nicely in one piece. Okay. I'll just set that aside. And then of course we're getting these wonderful papers. So you're getting this package of 6x8 papers. And they're double-sided, okay? And you actually get, it's 3 of each design. And this is what I was talking about last week on this cover page that kind of gives you the title of the collection and that. The back side of it is a piece of paper that you can use as well. So super handy. So, and in the album class, they've got, you know, Janine has you, she likes to do sometimes where you do some little cuts along pieces like this so you can tuck things in or even add a little interactive element. So there's lots of great ideas like that in the album class as well. Okay, that's another one of the patterns. We've got these florals, really pretty. This would make a wonderful, we looked at this one already, heritage album. So if you've got some old family photos, this would be perfect for those, black and whites. Awesome. So I'm going to assume that you're probably going to have some papers left from the kit, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Again, I haven't put it together myself quite yet. That's on my list of things to do before Christmas, so I'll be showing you that one as well once it's all put together. Well, giving you a little peek. Okay, so those are the papers. And now let's take a look at, actually, I'm not going to open the frames in the ephemera because that's kind of self-explanatory, I think. But I am going to open these laser cut florals because I think these, you kind of need to see them close up to really appreciate them. I really love their laser cuts. They're very detailed. You do have to be, you know, gentle with them when you're taking them out of the packaging because they are delicate. Hello, Helen. So I'm just going to open that up here. Oh, look at that's beautiful. So you've got some frames, little tabs, birds, and I like that they've given you kind of the birds looking in the opposite directions. So there are a lot of die cuts. I believe this set has 128, or floral cuts, pardon me. And then our second sheet has, oh, this beautiful wreath. Oh, I can't wait to see if she uses this. I'm assuming she does somewhere. It's going to be beautiful. And then these roses, you can see some of these are starting to come out. Now this one's got a little timepiece in it. Some vintage looking arrows, stamps. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, and then the third sheet of, oh, okay, this is like, okay, this is the packaging. Yes, this is what they do with this as well. So these aren't punch outs, but you can fussy cut these out. So I imagine she'll be using these in the album construction as well. So super pretty there. So that's what you're getting in that album kit. Again, that is the 49 in Market album kit, and it is the Nostalgic Memories. Create an Album, Triple Flip Album, it's called. So feel free, if you have any questions about this kit, just pop it in the comments. Happy to answer them. So that's just kind of a more detailed look at that. I kind of previewed it for you last week. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my other package of stuff here so we can do a quick little demo. Hello, Irene, nice to see you. So is everyone ready for Christmas? I am not yet. Lots to do still. The shopping is done, happy to say. Just have to do some wrapping. I love wrapping Christmas presents. And I've gone down the rabbit hole on Instagram and, you know, watching wrapping videos. I find them really relaxing. Only thing is sometimes when I try to replicate the wrapping, I end up wasting a lot of wrapping paper because it takes me a few tries to get it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Little food shopping left, Janice? Yeah, I've got to do that too. I've got my list of what needs to be picked up still. Commenting is weird today. Oh, what's it doing, Irene? On my end, it looks the same, but if I'm on my iPad, I honestly cannot figure out how to comment on a Facebook video from my iPad. It's ridiculous. Okay, so what I have here is I've got these guys. I'm going to share with you some samples as well. So this is using the Spellbinders Joyful Wishes rub-ons. And in that package, I forgot to look. I think there's like, I'm going to look real quick. Like 12-ish rub-ons. Let me find out here. I'm going to double check so I tell you correctly. So it's two sheets in the package, and those sheets have, let's see if I don't know if I can tell by the package. I've kind of used most of them, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and then these two nutcrackers, 8. See, there's 8 images, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just counting the greetings, and 6 and 8 greetings. Okay, so you can easily get 8 cards. You can comment but can't see comments. Oh, yeah, I don't know why that might be, Irene. That is strange. It sounds like a Facebook thing. Not a you thing or a me thing, like a Facebook thing. Okay, so what I've done, I kind of pre-did this part, is I just placed these 2 nutcracker rub-ons on a piece of white cardstock. And then I kind of puttered around a little bit to figure this out. So I'm going to just mat it on this black here. Actually, I think what I wanted to do was cut it out. Now I can't remember what I was going to do. Isn't that funny? I think I was going to do it on this frame. I've got this Pink Fresh Studio blanket stitched rectangles. So we're going to cut that out to mat these guys onto that. So I'm going to use my Scout that I always forget about for this, because it's perfect size for this guy. and run that through. Whoops. Don't forget the base plate, Rosie. It's not going to work without it. I think one of my goals for the new year is going to be to make better use of my Scout. I don't use it as much as I should. Okay. So there is our, I think you can see that blanket stitch. There is that. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, see, I used the wrong size. Oh, you know why? Because I thought it was going to cut them all out this size. That's fine. We'll just use the other size. Or not. See, I kind of wanted it to go like this. But clearly that is not going to work. So let's just pivot. You can tell I didn't try this out before. So I'm just going to grab myself another piece of paper here. And we are going to use a different die. Isn't that interesting? But it has to be a rectangle. I know the little Scouts are so handy. Okay, I'm just going to step behind here for a second and grab my other die set. All right. When you're playing around with things like rub-ons and things like that, different products, it's kind of fun to dig through your stash and pull out your different die sets. So this one is like an old die set. I'm going to use this guy. And let's see, I'm just going to make sure that's going to fit in there. Yep, that'll work. It's actually an Elizabeth Crafts die set called Stitched Rectangles. It's an oldie but a goodie. So I'm just going to make sure I've got a piece of black paper that's big enough. There we go. So I'll just trim this down so it fits in my Scout. Okay. Sometimes the best laid plans go awry. But that's fine. Us paper crafters can pivot very easily. Quickly and easily. Did everyone send out Christmas cards? Everyone who's watching? Oh, yes. Thanks for mentioning that, Sandy. That's right. I did look on the Facebook page, the Scrap Shots Facebook page, and Sandy's posted some new deals in there. So go and check those out. There's actually some really great deals. I was eyeing them up just before I came on here live. All right, there we go. Now we've got the right size. Okay. So I am going to, perfect. So you know what? I think I can even trim just a little smidgy off the edge there so that my stitching doesn't get covered up. So I'm going to line that up just on the edge. There we go. These little Tim Holtz trimmers, like, look at how thin that is. They're fantastic. Oh, yay, and Sandy says there are still some 49 in Market mystery boxes. So if you love that 49 in Market look, check out the mystery boxes. All right. Okay, perfect. Now I can see my stitching just right on the edge. I wonder, no, I don't want to try. I was thinking I could try to take a little bit more off that side, but I don't want to risk it. Okay. Or I could go around and fussy cut around these guys if I really wanted to. Oh, no worries, Irene. Go check out the deals. They're really good ones. That's cute. Okay. So I'm just going to use my liquid glue. I could pop this up, I mean, it depends on, if you're wanting to mail a card like this, then you'd probably want to just glue everything flat. You could pop it up if you're going to hand deliver. I'm not going to lie, I have popped up stuff and then thrown it in the mail, and I just put the postage on it and throw it in. I don't even ask the postal lady to weigh it or measure it. Nothing's come back yet when I've done that, so, but I try to make sure it's not too thick. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. So now I've got this Prism cardstock, and this is, I think it's called Ruby. Yep, which is a beautiful cardstock. So I'm actually going to use this blanket stitch again now that I know what I'm doing with it. I think I'm going to die cut from here as well, just to add that little edge around there. Mat that on there. Now, if you wanted to, if you needed to create this card super quick, and I think I'm going to have to put this through my regular Big Shot because, yeah. So I'm just going to step behind me. My Big Shot is behind me here. So I'm just going to run this through quick. Doesn't really fit in my camera angle there, so I'm just going to die cut it really fast for you. Talk amongst yourselves quick for one moment. All right. Perfect. I'm just going to make sure that cut all the way through before I... Perfect. It did. Oh, okay, good, Irene. I'm glad that's working for you. All right. All right, now I've got that really pretty blanket stitched edge. So if you needed to throw the card together a little bit more quickly than I'm doing, you definitely can just use your paper trimmer to cut the rectangles rather than use a die cut. But I love the kind of the finished edge and that you get on there. And honestly, I don't use my die cuts enough. Or sorry, my dies enough. These nesting ones in particular. So I think it's nice to make use of them for a nicer card like this. So I am going to pop this up on here. All right. Oh, oh no. If it's not one thing, it's another. Actually, Irene, I'm not sure if Sandy's, the deal she's talking about in particular are on the website. I believe she posted them in the Facebook, on the Scrap Shots Facebook page. Pretty sure that's where you can see them. Okay, so we'll pull off that backing paper. I'm not going to keep you on here like terribly, terribly long. So you will be able to take a boo at what's there. And I always like to add a little bit of liquid adhesive, especially when you're working with like a glitter cardstock or a specialty cardstock, just because you sometimes need a little bit of extra staying power to make sure it's going to adhere well. And then what I also like to do, which I'm sure most of you like to do, is just put something heavy over top, like a big stamp block. And there it is. It's hiding. And every now and again, if it's something that, I'm really concerned about it sticking, I'll put this stamp block on top, and then I'll actually put my computer on top of that because it's heavy enough to hold that down. Okay, so while that is drying, we'll just give that a moment. I'm going to use I'm going to make this super sparkly, so I'm going to use some of the Pink Fresh Studios Essential glitter cardstock. And this is in rose gold. And I'm going to use that for my next layer. But this one I'm just going to cut with a paper trimmer. And this is also going to be on a, here we go, A2 card base. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I think what I want to do as well, we'll experiment here. Oh yeah, the Facebook group. Yes, Irene, it is in the Facebook group. Oops, I need my bigger trimmer. This trimmer goes to probably about 4 inches, but I haven't actually measured it. So I need my bigger trimmer. Isn't it crazy? Like, how many trimmers do you have in your stash? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4. But they all cut a little bit differently. Like I used them all a little bit differently. So even though that sounds like an excessive amount of trimmers to have, which probably a sane person would say, yes, Rosie, it is an excessive amount. They do all get used for different purposes. Okay, so this guy, I want to have just a little thin white border around the edge there. Perfect. I've got that. So I will add my glue to here. With my glue press. Every time, oh, you keep getting directed to the live. Oh, I see what you're saying, Irene. Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't let you scroll down to see a post, right? To not have to click in on the live. That's interesting. Okay, we'll just set that down there for a second. And then I think I'll use May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. But I think I'm going to, because this is, I'm just going to kind of, let me just move this. We're going to layer it like this. So you see we've got just a beautiful eye-catching card. So I think I'm going to mat this guy. Or maybe I'll just trim off the edge here. Oh, okay, good. You can see the comments now. Decisions. I think we'll mat it in, I don't know if I should mat it in black or in the red and then just a thin frame of black. I think I'll do that. Let's do that. Why not? Yeah, I think that's going to work. Or I could do it with a little bit of sparkle. Okay. Oh, you cannot. Okay, I'm not sure, Irene. I'm not sure if it's because we're live right now. That maybe it's a Facebook setting, like an automatic default. But we'll be finished up here shortly. And then you can see if it's working, and if it's not, it might be one of those kind of reboot the computer thing and see if it works after that. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to give a similar border all the way across. Okay. Let's see. All right, and then we'll trim off the right side. Oh, pretty. Okay. So now I can decide, do I want to leave that red or add, yeah, I'm going to add a little black, an edge of black. Hi, Nancy. Okay, so for a quick and easy card, I've kind of made this a little more complicated by adding all these layers, but I really like how it's going to look. It's a pretty quick and easy card. If we get this done during a live, I call that quick and easy. So I'll add a little bit of a black matte. And again, if you're just tuning in, I'm just kind of showing you how you can kind of whip up a last minute Christmas card using some Spellbinders rub-ons. And the sentiments are also rub-ons, which I basically took everything and did it all at once on white cardstock. Some of the samples I did cut the die cut matte before I put the image on it. Okay, trim that, and that's a little bit wider than on the top. I'm going to try my hardest to, may not be even, but that's okay, as far as the same width, but that's pretty good. Okay, let's pop that aside, and now I decided I'm also going to pop up this layer too, just because. And there's my non-stick scissors, although I'm using this Altenew foam tape, which is fantastic. You can actually just tear it if you didn't have scissors handy to trim it. I'm going to pop that over there. Is anyone traveling for Christmas, or are you all able to stay put? Your family is in town. Luckily, all my family is in town. I don't have to travel. Okay. It's probably more foam tape than I need, but I like to make sure things aren't going to get crushed or fall off. Okay, and now this is definitely going to need liquid glue and a wee bit of dry time, just because this is a little more coarse. Again, this is the pink fresh glitter paper, and you can see I'm rubbing like this and none of the glitter comes off. I think it seems like, do you remember in the early days when glitter paper first came out, it would shed some of it like crazy? I remember that. It was to the point where I wouldn't even buy it. And then the manufacturers were able to kind of figure out how to make it so it doesn't shed, and that's just been awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to position that a little bit towards the top and somewhat centered. And we'll just pop that down there, and then I'm going to add, probably going to need a couple of layers of foam tape. So I'm going to start runaway foam tape. So I'm just going to trim it in half. Yeah, you were glitter covered yesterday. Oh, making Christmas ornaments. Oh, those must be really pretty, Irene, if you were making ornaments. Can you take a photo and share it in the paper crafting group if you haven't already? I'd love to see them. Yeah, the glitter paper is so much better. 1000%. Okay, so I'm just going to, that's kind of the first layer, and I put it on the bottom because my sentiment is going to sit kind of right here. So I just want to see, yeah, I'm going to need to double up this layer. So I'm going to pull that adhesive off. And I'm going to add the second layer, because this layer is popped up and then I popped up the matte layer behind. So I've got to add a second piece. So I'm not sure how quick and easy I made this, but I'm enjoying it. And I think that works. I'm just kind of peeking at the underneath here to, I don't want to smush the sentiment, but I don't want it to, oh yeah, that'll work perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to move this piece and put it back on my roll so I don't lose it. Oh, the sun is out here. Wow. If it all of the sudden got brighter, it was kind of cloudy, but now the sun is shining. It's a little chilly, mind you. I'm not sure where you are, what kind of weather you had yesterday. We had like literally a blizzard for a couple of hours. So it's cool, but now that the sun is out, it's beautiful. Okay. So I'm just put a little bit of liquid glue up here because this is the part that's going to be sitting on this paper, and I put some on the bottom. Now we'll just set that down. I'm going to slide that a smidgy. Perfect. And now if I wanted to, I could come in and add a few little gems here and there. But I'm just going to set that block on top, and I'm going to show you the other cards I made. I think I have 2 more somewhere, but I couldn't find them. I think I made them a long time ago, but I don't know where I put them. But so these are some of the ones I made with the Spellbinders Joyful Wishes rub-ons. So here we've got this one. Super simple. I just die cut the white cardstock with a nesting die. It's the Pink Fresh Essentials Arches nesting die set. And then the gold mat, and then just on top of some, it's not really glitter cardstock, but it's a specialty cardstock I got a few years ago, but I love that. Then for this card, again, I used a nesting die set and put the die cut from white, and then just die cut the layers from this same red cardstock, and then a mirrored silver. And then this is a metallic silver, and that's from Spellbinders, from their treasured cardstock collection in silver. Then we've got our snowman. Okay, and I've used the Spellbinders brushed cardstock and then embossed that, brush gold, and then embossed that with Spellbinders embossing folder. And again, use some nesting dies. These ones are from Spellbinders. So a perfect way to use your nesting dies. And then with the sentiment, I just fussy cut around the top of the Joyful. And for this guy, I actually applied the rub-on onto this gold brushed cardstock and then fussy cut around the shape. And then that's layered over top of this red specialty paper. And then this is actually craft cardstock that I misted with, I think it was Rustic Wilderness oxide spray, and then I added a layer of Altenew iridescent spray over top of that. And again, just trim the sentiment out, and these are all rub-ons. And lastly, I made a shaker card. And again, this is just I die cut with the nesting dies, created a frame with the nesting dies, and then die cut the back shape out of the snowman, and then added the foam tape. You can see the layers there, just all around that frame, and just a bunch of bits and pieces of beads and glitter, and some probably from a die cut, a cover plate die that cut in stars. That's just paper. And again, fussy cut around the sentiment. And then this is an older Cuttlebug, believe it or not, embossing folder on the back. So super fun to just pull out some of your old stuff. I keep the majority of my Christmas stuff in one box. So then when I'm wanting to do cards, I can just grab that box and go through and see what I want to play around with. Fabulous. So here is the completed card with our rub-ons and a mix of some specialty papers, lots of foam tape, and some nesting dies. Awesome. So that is what I have for you. And just a reminder again about the 49 in Market album. That's available in the shop. And check out the, when we're done here, check out Sandy's post. She's listed some really fabulous products, really good sale products if you're looking for anything new. But thank you for popping in and hanging out with me. And then this is the card that we made today. Super fun, and just want to wish you all from the whole team, all the gang at Scrap Shots, a very Merry Christmas. Next Thursday is the 25th, so there will not be a live next week. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And yeah, looking forward to hanging out with you during our next Facebook Live. You're very welcome, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and hope your Christmas prep goes smoothly and enjoyably for all of you. And have a great holiday. Take care, everyone. Bye.